How's it going, FaceTubes? My name is John, and I am here to give you guys one U.S. Navy sailor's take on ship design. So I've uploaded a previous video on this YouTube channel where I showed you my custom build of the Kepler R, and I'll link that video, but frankly, I was using awful software, and so the frame rate is terrible. I ramble a lot. I'm still new at this, but yeah, I just think that because I was in the U.S. Navy for 10 years and I deployed on board a U.S. Navy destroyer to, places far away, that you might be interested to hear some of my experience about why I designed my ships the way I do. So check out the Kepler R video if you're interested, but I am certainly hopeful that this is going to be a major upgrade on that video. So this is my newest ship. This is my my hero ship that I use for pretty much everything. I've got so many mods. That's another thing too. I wanted to update this video because the previous one I made was right after ship decoration became a thing, but it was before the creation hub or the creation kit became available. So now that I have used all the mods, I am updating you guys with some of the things that I've changed, some new decorations that I've added, some new habs that are available for the ship. So I will walk you guys through all of this. But yeah, I named my ship the Legacy because I sided with the Crimson Fleet. I like having more vendors available who will take stolen goods, and so yeah, I guess I can show you the ship here briefly before I walk you through it. So first of all, I'll link all of my mods below. It's a long list. You guys may have an entire day devoted to just finding mods that I have used, unless you're as prolific of a modder as I am. I've played around in the creation kit a little bit, but I haven't built my own mod yet. I'm still working up to that. Anyways, so this one right here is a really cool mess hall that actually came from the Stroud Premium Editions mod, which you can find by searching in the Creations Hub. So this is the Stroud Premium Edition mess hall, 2x3 top. I'm also using Place Doors Yourself, so that's what these little purple dudes are. I have to manually place every single door and ladder opening on my habs, otherwise they will not show up. So I like Place Doors Yourself because it really helps me to control the flow and the layout of my ship. And as I'm walking you through this, that is one of my major priorities when I'm ship designing, is internal flow and layout. So I'm going to kind of walk you through like sort of my headcanon of why I've built things the way I have, based on my experience, and hopefully you will find that valuable. If so, stay tuned. Anyways, Stroud Premium Edition 2x3 mess hall on top. These are some little 1x1s, so this is Stroud Premium Edition Gym 1x1, which is a really cool little gym that just fills out some extra space on your ship. This is a Stroud Premium Edition, so you'll see SPE over here on the left-hand side every time I am highlighting one of these habs that came from the Stroud Premium Edition mod. Pretty much all of them did, a lot of them did, because I really like what that creator has done with this particular set of habs. So, SPE Companionway, SPE Bathroom. One of the things that I talked about in my previous video, and I'm going to stress a lot, is that your ship needs more bathrooms. When I was out to sea for 7 months aboard a destroyer, one of my constant headaches was just being able to take a shit in peace, take a shower in peace, because there are so many people trying to get into so few bathrooms. So that is something that I'm going to stress a lot in my design and layout. Anyways, yeah, so there's a bathroom right there. Next I've got Deimos living quarters, SPE crew quarters, another SPE bathroom, another SPE crew quarters right here. If you want me to tear apart the entire ship, I will do that for you, but I kind of want to skip to the walkthrough. So please comment if you want me to do a full build video on this particular ship. But essentially it's a 3-layered bottom, middle, top. I have no problem with ladders because ladders are extremely true to the authentic Navy experience. So I do a lot of ladder climbing on my ships, and if you're bummed out by that, then this may not be the video for you. Anyways, I'm not going to do a full build video here. I just kind of wanted to tear it apart a little bit and show you some of the mods that I'm using, because these will figure prominently. So do your best, I guess, to recreate my mod list, which I will hopefully have in the description. And yeah, that's the ship itself. I'm going to cancel modification here. Anyways, yeah, so it's a heavily modded ship. I have an inordinate number of crew members beyond what the ship shows here as a crew of 14. And yeah, so let's get to it. This is my outpost, by the way. I'm on Bore 2, and I've also used the creation kit to modify the planet itself. So I've added more resources to this planet. I have changed the atmosphere, so it's a standard O2 atmosphere. I've raised the temperature to a balmy 25 Celsius, as you can see here at bottom left. And yeah, so there's a ton of mods here that I would love to tell you about when it comes to outpost building, but that's definitely going to be a separate video. So let's start with the ship, because I have always been a ship tinkerer at heart, and that's one of the reasons why I have over 700 hours on this game. So yeah, here's some more things, mods that I've downloaded to add new stuff to outpost building. I guess I'll go ahead and show you. It's a big outpost. I've expanded, using a mod, I've expanded the limit of the outpost itself. So it goes all the way up the hillside there, if you can see. I've got another outpost on the peak. I've got another outpost on that summit, which is behind the hill that you're looking at. I've got another outpost down by the beach, which you can see out there on the coast. And then this is the main colony where I'm recruiting settlers using Bard's settler recruitment beacon. Anyways, that'll be a later video. Let's get inside of the Legacy. Oop, okay, got some frame rate issues. Sorry, bear with me. Loading. Okay, so one of the cool things that I like is I believe this is part of Scully's Emporium, the mod that adds more decorations. Scully's Emporium is a really good mod that adds a ton of decorations to outposts and ships. So I've got non-functional cannons all over the ship. I wish they were functional, but I think that's coming hopefully when someone decides to really go down the rabbit hole on that one. Oxygen refill panels. So I'm using the TN's realistic oxygen meter as well. Yeah, I have to constantly refill my oxygen in order to not asphyxiate when I am exerting myself or out in space. So I put oxygen panels all over the ship so I can constantly refill my oxygen. First thing you'll notice is the cargo bay. I want cargo to get on and off the ship quickly because this stuff is heavy, and when you're on an actual Navy ship, human chains are the primary method of moving cargo around the ship when you're doing a stores onload. So I would like to save my back and the back and knees of my crewmates, and that's why cargo comes on and off as quickly as possible. Alright, from the cargo bay, there's an engineering space right here. This is just a standard, I can't remember which one this is. But yeah, that's a vanilla engineering hab right there. This is a hydroponics bay, also from Stroud Premium Edition. I just thought it was cool to be able to grow my own food on the ship. What's up, Barrett? Another vanilla engineering space with you know, some added screens here for decoration. This is a workshop, also vanilla with some added decorations. I really like these whiteboards that are added in Scully's Emporium. Alright, here is another Stroud Premium Edition engineering space that comes with the Daymog, which is my primary land vehicle that I'm using. So I think it's super cool and realistic to actually have the vehicle inside of, you know, a cargo space here with a, you know, like a loading ramp that lowers down. Also, one of the reasons why I was thrilled by whoever built this particular hab in the creation kit is because they included washing machines. On a ship of, you know, 250 or so people, which I was on, it is a constant struggle to do laundry because so many people are trying to use so few washing machines. So I definitely wanted a hab that included this because that's a very realistic aspect of my experience fighting for washing machines. Alright, let's go up to the next level.
Yes.
This is one of several ladders. Again, because I'm using Place Doors Yourself, I've got ladders all over the place so that you have multiple points of access to any given space. So you pop up here, and this is the Combat Information Center, which is, I believe, just a Deimos battle stations with a ton of extra decoration, another non-functional cannon. So the Combat Information Center, as I talked about in my previous video, is the nerve center of the ship, right? So a Navy vessel will have a bridge where you drive the boat from, and then separately you will have the CIC, which is usually buried in the heart of the ship, and that is where the actual combat functions of the ship reside. So, yeah, I think this is very realistic to have this right here. The captain's quarters, for me, are also very important to be close to the action, because as a captain, you are on call 24/7, and so Andrasia, my wife, and I sleep here. And if anything is happening in the CIC or in the cockpit, then anybody can just come and wake me up. So that's part of the role play. Another cannon. So I'm putting cannons at all strategic choke points right here. So like the entry to the CIC, the entry to the cockpit. All right, I've added a lot of panels and seats to this cockpit because I think it's this one. This is a Teo. I don't remember which one, but I definitely like the fact that it reminds me of the Millennium Falcon. So. That was the choice for this cockpit, and also because it has plenty of room here to throw in extra seats and panels. Yeah, that's about all I'm going to say there. So leaving the cockpit, the captain's quarters, and the CIC, we now come to the infirmary, which I think is also important to be close to the action, because if people are wounded in like a ship combat situation, you want to get them treated and back into the fight as quickly as possible. So here is another Stroud Premium Edition custom infirmary. I added this as one of the decorations from Scully's Emporium because I am, in my headcanon, I'm believing that this is a cryo chamber for people who are gravely injured and we don't have the ability to treat them surgically on board the ship. So if somebody's like really mortally wounded, you throw them in cryo, and then we'll come back to my colony outpost here for more intensive medical treatment. And I have an intensive care facility that I've built in my outpost, which I'll show you in the later outpost video. Okay, so this is another one that I thought was really cool. This is a mod called Functional Morgues, I think, or something like that. Useful Morgues, maybe. And so it gives you the ability to take dead bodies and turn them, like, so you convert them into bagged corpses. I think I actually have some corpses in my inventory right now, so let's take a look here. Yes. All right. So when you kill people, once you've installed the Useful Morgues mod, you can kill people and then you can bag them and drag their corpses back to the ship with you. So you throw the corpses here into the autopsy table, and you can actually convert them into harvested organs, which I think is awesome, because I generate a lot of dead bodies as I'm traveling through the galaxy, you know, and I'm sure you do as well. So, oh, and right here we're getting a notification that my crew just consumed a bunch of food that I have in my cargo hold. I'm also using Crew Eats Food. And so that is a huge XP bonus because the quality of the food that you feed your crew multiplies your XP by a significantly greater amount than anything you can do in the vanilla XP bonuses by playing around with gameplay settings. So that is allowing me to power level myself, and I am quickly approaching level 200 here. So Crew Eats Food is a really good way to power level yourself. But yeah, you have to stock your cargo hold with a lot of high quality foods. So that's a whole separate discussion. Anyways, Useful Morgues. I come here to, you know, convert bodies into harvested organs. And the morgue, I buried it at the back there because I don't really need anybody else from the rest of the ship having access to that. That's supposed to be a space that only me and Rosie the Doctor will be hopefully using. Alright, now we're into a Deimos living quarters. This is another vanilla hab, which again I've tricked out with a lot of new stuff. This is a boom pop vending machine. That's another mod. Here's one of the bathrooms. Like I said, okay, so living quarters here, bathroom here, another bathroom in the Deimos living quarters. This hab, I removed the bathroom in order to add a door, so yeah, there's 2 bathrooms right here to hopefully serve this crew. And this crew has their own bathroom here. Lots of beds. Because I have a crew of 32 named and unnamed crew members, I figure it's really important to have a lot of bathroom space. Alright, so we'll go over here, and down below, this is another SPE, Stroud Premium Edition. This is the, I believe it's called the Crew Dormitory, and it's just a 1x1 hab that includes a ton of bunks, which I think is super realistic based on my Navy experience. So in the Navy, on board a destroyer, for example, you sleep 3 high. So these racks will actually be stacked bottom, middle, and top. And it's very crowded. Yeah, you only have, like, so the actual mattress will flip up, and there's a storage, like a storage space inside of the bed frame itself, and that's all the room you have to store your stuff. So I added more storage lockers here. Yeah, here's another dorm. Another bathroom in the back here. This is a nice fancy bathroom that I added some decorations to. Anyways, like I said, I care a lot about bathroom space. It's a beautiful day to be alive. So that's all that's here on the lower level. And that's separate from the engineering spaces because I think, you know, safety requirements, but also I would lose the washing machines if I put a door down below. So we're back on the main level here. I'm going to pop over here. This goes straight into the cargo hold, which you've already seen. This is an armory hab, also Stroud Premium Edition. I added ZSWs, I believe the creator's name is ZSW, functional airlocks. So this airlock right here actually works when you're out in space and you can spacewalk, and I think that's really cool too. So I put an airlock with a cannon right here in the armory so you can spacewalk if, you know, there's danger outside your ship, people trying to board. This is another SPE brig, and this brig holds 12 prisoners, which is much nicer. And so I'm also using the non-lethal framework. That's a separate mod, which gives you the ability to actually capture hostiles and, you know, put them on board your ship and then take them back to the settled systems and trade them in for credits. So non-lethal framework and functional brigs, or useful brigs, I think, are the name of those 2 mods that work together. And yeah, so this is really cool. Sometimes when I'm in a generous mood and I don't want to kill everybody and harvest their organs, I will capture them alive, you know, throw them in the brig, and then take them back to, like, a keeler or something like that, and you just talk to a security guard to exchange your prisoners for credits. So that's another very cool mod that I enjoy. Let's go up to the top level. Alright, we're climbing. Alright, so these are the actual habs that I showed you in the shipbuilder. This is the 1x1 gym. You gotta have a gym when you're out to sea, man, because with a lot of time on your hands and nothing to do, and a lot of stress from dealing with too many people in your personal space, yeah, you gotta come here and blow off steam. So that's a very realistic thing to have on a ship, especially crammed into some sort of, like, miscellaneous space, because it's usually an afterthought. Another bathroom, and this bathroom is adjacent to the mess hall. And the cool thing about this mess hall is that it has a functional shutter right here. I think I've already opened it. I can't find the button. But yeah, so you can open the shutter and look out at space if you're in space, or you can look up at the pretty sky. It's got a fireplace. This is really dope. So yeah, I like whoever built the Stroud Premium Edition mod. A lot of thought put into this one, and also some personal decoration. So I built these shelves and, you know, stocked all the shelves with stuff that I found in the world. Q-stick, that's another mod. You can get Q-sticks that are actually carryable as inventory items. Vending machines, this is another cool mod, Replimax food printer, and it lets, so you load whatever junk is in your pockets into the actual printer, and it converts it to matter, and then you can actually print food, which is useful, extremely useful for the Crew Eats Food mod. So Replimax Food Printer is a separate mod from Crew Eats Food, and that helps you to generate high-quality food to feed them. This is another hydroponics bay attached to the kitchen, which I think is super cool, because you will be, you know, consuming a lot of food, and it's nice to be able to grow your own in space. That is the entire ship walkthrough, I think. I don't think I've left out any space here. So, yeah, I have gone so deep down the rabbit hole of decorating both my ship and my outposts. and I kind of wanted to just update you guys on what I've been doing since mods became a thing. Also, because Bard's recruitment beacon lets you recruit settlers who show up at your outpost, just like the Fallout 4 mechanic. I have a ton of civilians who have showed up at my outpost, and then some of them who seem to have useful skills, I will actually assign them to my ship's crew as well. So I got a bunch of civilians out here running around doing like farming work and stuff like that. And the good ones I'll put on my ship. So obviously Cora's here, and I figured she needed a couple of child friends. So there's a couple of other kids, like civilian children, running around here, just so Cora has somebody to play with and talk to. And I've got a little school going on right here, so this is where one of the civilians will actually teach the children, hopefully, so they're learning useful things and staying out of everyone's way while we're doing operations and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really fun to just dive down the rabbit hole of, you know, creating my own perfect little ship. And that's all I have for this video. If you guys like it, please comment and let me know what else you want to see or any questions you have. And then I'll do a separate video about the colony that I built here on board 2. So thanks again, everybody, for watching, and I hope that my experience has been somewhat useful to you. I could talk a lot more about Navy stuff and just kind of the traumas of being out to sea. It's basically a floating prison, is the joke that commonly gets told in the Navy. So yeah, I wanted to make my prison of a ship as comfortable as possible for as many people as possible. And yeah, that's... oh, and the reason why junk is laying all over the place, I've tried to clean this place up, but the problem is every time you go through the airlock here out in space, and so when I spacewalk, right, you go through the airlock and it immediately shuts off the gravity on the entire ship. So like as soon as this door pops open, everything on the ship starts floating. And you gotta walk out, or, you know, float out the airlock as quickly as possible and let the door close behind you in order for the gravity to be restored. So yeah, my ship's kind of a mess because everything floats. But yeah, I think it's very realistic to have a messy and lived-in ship. Here's one of Cora's friends. What's up, kid? Yep. Unnamed crew members who show up at your outpost can be assigned to your ship or to any other outpost, so that's why I like Bard's recruitment beacon. Anyways, thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe and comment with things that you find cool or want to see more of. And stick with me for a colony video later on. Thanks. Take care.